How do you choose a name for your business? It's one of the most fun things to do when you're starting a business is to think of all these creative names, the best names, something maybe that describes it or something that's unique or arbitrary. Something like, Apple applied to computers is what we call an arbitrary type mark, and it's really fun. You're looking at logos and all this sort of thing. I want to give you some tips on how to do this to make sure that what you're designing is something that you can protect and have in your business and build that brand forever and ever. So there's two things to know here. Is one, you need to make sure you're not infringing on someone else's trademark. And two, once you do that and you start making some money, you want to protect your own trademark. So what is a trademark? A trademark is something that identifies the source of the products or services. Nike's just always a good example. So when you see the check on the shoes, you know Nike made the shoes. When you see the Just Do It on the shirt, you know who made the shirt. Obviously the word Nike, you know who's making it as well. What your job is to come up with a name that you think will connect with your audience, but also one that is not already used. So to do this, you want to go through several steps in your process to make sure no one else owns the trademark. And why does that matter? Well, it matters because if you start spending your time, energy, money on building up this brand, well, 6 months from now or 6 years or whenever it is from now, start to get that exposure, and someone may, across the country own a trademark in that same name, and then you could end up with the dreaded cease and desist. So you want to have that sort of full knowledge that all the effort you're pouring into this brand is something you can protect. All right, so how do we do it? What I would recommend is you come up with a big list of names that can work. Don't marry yourself to any of them. Hardly even have a favorite, because you want to make sure that you're not so obsessed with a name that you try to make it work despite what the trademark status is. So then you want to go on the uspto.gov, and there's a search trademark section. You'll go in there and you'll search the names. Not just the exact spelling, but do other spellings with different letters in there. Do portions of the word. There's services where you can do this sort of thing. You also want to look on domains and hashtags and Google and other search engines just to see if there is evidence of usage of your name. When you see it, what you're really looking for is someone in the same industry. So if you're a fitness coach, health coach, something like that, and there's a retail store for toddlers with the same name, well, it doesn't matter because there's no confusion. So the guiding thing here is a consumer likely to be confused. So that's your first step. Go to draftedlegal.com, and if you click the Start Here button, you'll see that there's a checklist. So we have a PDF you can download to help walk you through this process. And then just know in the future, as you start building a brand that is worth protecting, you want to have your eye on filing your own trademark so that if someone else starts using your name, you can send them that letter and say, hey, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but you need to stop using my name. I own this name. So I hope that's super helpful. Make sure that your name is one that you can own and that what you're building is something you can protect. So best of luck. And remember, go to draftedlegal.com.